do 288 divided by 6 together. So everyone should get menu incorrect and everyone should get this one correct. Okay, I'm going to come right here. If you don't think that you have enough room right there, then you can do this in your red notebook and attach the paper, or you can turn it over and do it on the back. Now, Nolan, would you like to use partial quotients or the Fantastic 7? Partial quotients. Okay, so I start with my divisor 6. Yes, sir.
For the division, do we have to use partial quotients or Fantastic 7s, or can we use long division?
Remember that we have to use the place value strategies, I would say, at least half the time. So there's only one, so I think that because it's just back from break that you should use partial quotients or Fantastic 7. Okay, so I know that 6 cannot go into 288 100 times because I know that 6 times 100 is 600, so that's going to be too big. Okay, we need to remember that division is just repeated subtraction. And so really what I'm asking here is, how many times can I subtract 6 from 288? But we don't want to do 288 minus 6 is 282. Minus 6 is 276. Minus 6 is, because that's going to get very bulky and very confusing and leave room for error, and it's going to take forever. So we need to chunk together our numbers by place value to decide to make our subtraction go more quickly. So we know it can't be subtracted out 100 times, but what is 6 times 10? 6 times 10, Claire? Okay, can I subtract 60? I can. I can subtract 6 10 times or subtract 60, but that's going to make me have to subtract quite a bit. Remember, the bigger number we subtract at one time, the less work we're going to end up doing. So I'm going to look at halfway between 10 and 100, and I'm going to do 6 times 50. What is 6 times 50? Nolan?
300.
300. Can I subtract 300? No, but I'm pretty close. So I know that I can probably do 6 times 40, which is 240. Can I subtract 240? Yes. So I'm going to subtract my 240, and remember, I always have to put my partial quotient up here on the top. So this is basically saying that I can subtract 6 40 times. But I don't want to subtract 6 40 times, so I'm going to chunk it together and go ahead and subtract 40 times all at once. That leaves me with 48. Okay, that's a basic math fact. You should know how many times 6 can go into 48. Macy? 8 times. What is 6 times 8? 48. And so you have nothing left over, no remainder. These are called partial quotients, and you have to remember to add them together. So 288 divided by 6 equals 48. That literally means that if I wanted to take 288 minus 6, I could do that 48 times. Nobody wants to do that, right? That would take a long time and, like I said, leave lots of room for error. So this strategy is chunking those numbers together so that we can do it all in big chunks and have less subtraction. Now, don't forget to come over here and do the inverse operation to check. So you're going to do 48 times 6. If we're correct, what should your answer be for 48 times 6? Anika? 288. So should you just write down 48 times 6 equals 288? No, you actually need to multiply so that you're really checking your work. Okay? All right. Put this in your VIP folder so you have it home every night to work on.